Hey guys, RC here. Welcome back to Let's Play Rimworld, a tribe called SimNation. I haven't played in a couple of days, so let's just kind of catch up on what's happening. We had started our entry here. We do have to replace some walls up in this area that I see. We have a research desk going with Brian doing some research. We have a butcher table and a wood-fired stove here for cooking. We do have our internal stockpile, and we have a couple. We have an outside stockpile here, and we have our farm plots outside. So we have quite, a few things growing. We've got a timber wolf walking around out here, and last episode we had expanded out to the west here. We had our door hallway here to hopefully help with attacks with pathing. We've extended that out here, and we've gotten some bedrooms built, including a prisoner room. So we do have a prisoner in here right now that we are actually attempting to recruit. An 87% difficulty, so it will be difficult but not impossible. We have 5 people, so we have 5 bedrooms, so we're good to go here. We have some traders that have appeared. I don't recall if we traded with them already, so my warden is Brian, who is the best speaker that we have, so we'll ask him to come trade with them. Once we unpause the game, I believe, if memory serves me right, that we embarked up in this area up here, and I think it looks like we have actually gotten everything brought inside at this point. All of the food or anything that we had out there. So that's going to pull Brian away. Let's go ahead and unpause the game. We are in the middle of a heat wave, so we don't want people outside if we can help it. Brian's coming down through our hallway of doors, and he should trade here in a moment if we haven't already traded. So we've got 1,075 silver. Let's see. Artillery shells are cheap, but we don't have any need for those right now. If we buy the components, that's about 100. So we'll go ahead and buy those just to have some on hand. And I want to get away from the melee weapons if I can. Definitely not enough money for body armor yet. And I don't know if I actually want to spend all of my money on a gun at this point. Well, you can get a shoddy one. Tell you what, I'll go ahead and buy that one. PDW's not the best. Let's see what's the difference here. 58% accuracy, and the LMG even worse. So we'll buy one. That'll take about half of our money. I'm not sure I should do that, but we're going to do it anyway. And then let's see who our best shooter is. That would be Redbird. Annie has a passion for it, so we're going to take Redbird, and we are going to have him... no. I want... Well, Chris is going to go take it. Oh, he's hauling it to the stockpile. Alright, so once that's done, we'll have Redbird go equip it. And that should give us a little more punch than his bow and arrow. Tell you what we're going to do with him right now. We are going to drop his short bow. And let's see. Did we have anybody else that was a decent shot? Alright, he's got a bow. Tell you what, we will go to Chris once he's done. Alright, so he's bringing that in. He's going to put it in the stockpile. Actually, let's have him go get the bow now, and he'll drop the gun. Redbird, we will go have equip that. And then when Chris picks that up, he should drop, which he did, and then he's already hauling that away. Alright, so that gets us one player with a ranged weapon, and everybody else working on a couple of bows. So now we have 3 ranged weapons, so I feel better about that. We do have a wooden spear, and we'll move forward at that point. So Brian's back to researching. Just to remember, we're researching electricity. I'm going to go ahead and speed the game up to speed 3 because there's not a lot I can do here. I do want to put in... Tell you what, let's slow it back down to speed 1. I want to look around. Ooh, we do have a fire out here. Don't remember that happening. Let's just double check around. Okay, we do have several fires. Wow, okay. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I want to deconstruct some of these walls that we have around. That would be a good room at some point, but I don't need it right now. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the floor as well. And that should get us going with some blocks. And hopefully I can get enough blocks to then build a couple of deadfall traps out of stone. See, Chris is hauling some gold. Francois resting. So there is a few more odds and ends out here that we have. There's another area that we can deconstruct here and here and remove no floor in there, at least not that we know of yet. Once they open it, we should see something with a floor. Oh good, the rain's starting to come, so that should start putting these fires out, and sure enough, there they go. Every time I have fire, I always pray for rain, that saves us. You can see we had that large fire here last episode that burned a large expanse. Alright, so again, we're trying to get these guys to go out. Chris is heading up to haul some slate blocks. And let's see. Alright, so there's our first set of blocks. We have 8. I need 70, I believe, for a 1 trap. But we do want to get some traps in here for the purpose of protecting ourselves with more than just our guns and bows. Alright, so we're going to pause it. Brian successfully recruited our new recruit, so we're going to take a look at them. Ian is a botanist, has some reasonable clothes. The scent thread, they're at 41%. That'll be unhappy. Now this was the one, I'm just trying to refresh myself, could not do dumb labor, so no hauling or cleaning, no cooking, but he's very good and passionate at growing, and he can do research. So that's why I went after this person. So we're going to rename this person Myril. That's one of my arch rivals in the SimNation League. He coaches Texas Tech and a few other teams. So Myril is now in the game. We're going to change his workflow to anything, and we want him focusing on those 4 things as a priority. He's a reasonable doctor, but we'll leave that at a 3. He has a passion for handling animals, which is equal to Redbird, so we'll let both of them deal with animals. can't construct very well, and we already have 3 constructors, so we will leave him off of that for now. We will put him in as a primary grower, and that gives us 1 more person there. We will move mining to a 2 and research to a 1. Now let's see, Brian is doing that as a primary, but that gives us several people. I'm going to take Chris off of that. So we have 4, 4. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to leave Chris as a 2 just because he has a passion for it. So we're going to go that way. And tell you what, I'll put him in as a 3 on these. If he doesn't have anything else to do, then we'll deal with that. Now, as far as not much ability to fight, but we do want him to be armed. So let's equip the wooden spear first. Now he's going out to train the dog. So with 3 animals, it actually helps to have a couple of additional trainers. So let's see. All right, we don't want to do that. Let's see, Elvira. Okay, so Elvira should be hauling, so let me see. I want to make sure that they are unrestricted if they can actually do things. All right, Cleo is working on hauling. I'm going to pause it for that warning, and Jova has not been trained yet. So Jova, I am actually going to limit so she's always around for training purposes so we can focus on her. Alright, so we do have a 6th person. We are out of rooms. I don't need the prisoner room right now, so I'm going to undo that and make that for Myril. But that puts us 1 room short, so we're going to come and work on an additional room. Let's see, we're going to go with a wood door. And then what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and close that area off. And we're going to make that a hallway. Then I'm going to put a good 6 doors in there, and then I can remove these doors here to get us a little more wood back. And then we should start constructing this area, and that will totally enclose our western side here, but still give us an out. Alright, we have the heat wave we know about. We got the recruit done. We have revealed the area, and there is a floor, so we want to go ahead and deconstruct that. Pick up some more blocks. Alright, and we have a severe illness. What has happened to Chris? Extreme heat stroke. Alright, so let's just check everybody's health with the heat wave. Sirius. Brian's been inside working. Alright, so we're going to have to restrict everybody to area 1, which should be just inside. Let me double check that real quick. Zones. Area 1. I do need this to be done quickly, so I'm going to leave that. They'll go outside a little bit. And Brian, if you would not... Alright, so that's Chris that's sick. So let's change his bed to a medical bed. And we're going to have him come out and rescue Chris quickly. We've got everybody else. Alright, Frankua, if you will Bring in, oh, cannot haul it. All right, Frankua. So we have to unrestrict you just for a moment. If you would now prioritize hauling that. And now that you're inside, now we can restrict you to Area 1 as well. Alright, so everyone should be making their way back. Chris has a severe illness. Myril had a mental break because he ate insect meat. Well, hey, at least you're not going hungry. You'll have to just deal with some ramifications of that. Let's slow it down to speed 2. We do have plenty of food, although it does spoil in less than a day. So we're going to lose most of this food, which is unfortunate. The raw food will last for several more game seasons. Let's go ahead and restrict the animals inside as well. Don't want them getting heat stroke. Not sure if they actually can. Let's see, health. Yeah, it doesn't look like they suffer heat stroke. There's Jova. Alright, let's see. Chris is just extreme heat stroke. And that was my fault. I should have limited them earlier. Let's see. Chris is down. Everybody else is sleeping. My doctor is Chris, of course. So I'm going to have to up Myril to number 1 until Chris is back on his feet. So hopefully when Myril wakes up, he will go help Chris and do some treatment for him. I think we had worked on the beds a little bit. No, these are just the basic ones, so they're not great. Your construction ability determines how well you make things. So Brian's actually the best constructor we have. So I'm going to make that a 1, but leave him as a 2 on repairing. And I'm going to make everybody else a 2 here. Except for Myril, I'm going to leave him a 3 as well. So we won't have constructing to do a lot. I mean, you know, every once in a while we'll have some things to do. But let's see, Chris is starving now. So Brian, how about we feed? No, you're not a doctor. So Myril, it's time for you to wake up. Okay, there is no treatment, but we're going to at least feed him. And keep him from starving to death. So the heat stroke affects his consciousness, and he's getting hungry. So here goes Brian building. Going to want to cut those plants, and we're going to want to build a bed there. And that just finishes up everything. So here in a day or two, we'll probably lose most of this food. So you'll see we'll go from 31 to 0 or just a few. We'll have to go out and hunt relatively quickly. Redbird, where is he at? Alright, he's got extreme heat stroke. Frankua's down. No, Frankua's still sleeping. Myril, you're playing chess. How about you come and rescue Redbird? And we will make you into a medical bed for the time being. Now it's still 118 degrees Fahrenheit inside, but we don't have electricity, so there is no way to cool down. But it's 130 outside, so they're just going to have to sweat and be uncomfortable. But the fact that I let them get that hot before I brought them inside has not helped us any. Now Myril has fallen. This is getting ugly. This is getting ugly. Brian, come rescue Myril. This was Myril's room here. We're going to make that a medical. Boy, I certainly wish we had... Wish we had something for the temperature, but the temperature's all the same inside. I mean, we're 126 indoors. Wow. Everybody's down. Well, this may be a short-lived run for us here. Oh my goodness, and they hit us with a raid. Alright, so let's see, heat stroke, extreme. He's the only one that is even up because he spent all his time inside. Alright, he's very good at melee. He has a club. Wow. Let's see where the raid's coming from. Alright, luckily it's only one person. He's going to prepare for a while. So he's coming in from the northwest. Oh man. And our warg has become a manhunter. He's attacking our dog. Brian, I'm going to have to recruit you. And you're going to have to melee attack Jova. Oh, this is not good. Attacking Cleo. Alright, so Cleo defended herself. She has several scratches. Brian, I'm going to have to make you a doctor. Unreserved animal bed. Alright, so furniture, animal sleeping spot. We'll put those in here where we had the beds. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, you'll rescue Jova. She'll have to fend for herself. We might do a little bit of treatment. And I've got to watch for this guy with the raid. We're going to wait for him to come to us. I am not going to run way out there. And, alright, Brian, we're going to unrestrict you now so you can start treating the animals. Oh, it looks like, okay, so he's bandaging up Jova first. Alright, looks like Frankua's resting. I wonder if I can get her up. RC is resting. We may have to get them up, but they're not listed as medical needs, so we'll keep our fingers crossed that we can get them up potentially. Alright, here comes the pirates. Alright, Brian's still bandaging up. He will probably be able to... Cleo's in a daze, Elvira's in a daze, so that's our two dogs. That's great. Here comes the pirate. And looks like he's going to come in and start breaking our bed here. Alright, I tell you what, I'm going to put a cut in right here, and we will pick up with the pirate attack next episode. Thanks for watching.